welcome or welcome back. My name is Jennifer, and here on my channel I like to chat about all things beauty and makeup. And I am currently in the process of doing my collection and declutter. I did a huge collection and declutter video last year that I recorded and never posted. So I'm going to make sure to actually post it this time. And I do make mention of a few items that I already decluttered last year. I also make mention of a few items that were in like the bin of things I decluttered but just hadn't gotten rid of yet. So even though I'd never posted that, you're still going to get some of that like content to catch you up, since I definitely have not posted for a long time. And I've brought a lot in and sent a lot out of my collection. So I'm not going to do a specific special intro and outro for each video because that's just too much work. And if I try to do that, I won't do it. I just won't. I know myself. So I will do this by categories, and I will have the category listed in the thumbnail or the title of the video, or both. And just general housekeeping things. Anything that I have that is available will be listed on my Mercari page, which when it's listed, when I have things listed, I'll link the Mercari page below. And then, yeah, I'm not looking to do like a cut my collection in half. I'm not a minimalist by any stretch of the imagination. I have a whole flower wall with a neon sign, so definitely not a minimalist here. I definitely just love makeup, and I love playing in makeup. Sometimes I just sit in my beauty room and swatch stuff and enjoy what I have. And if you have a problem with me using my makeup like that, I mean, obviously I also use it on my face, but if you have a problem with that, you can just go ahead and exit out of the video now. This one's not for you, and that is totally fine. So enough housekeeping, let's get into the actual declutter. My cream, liquid, and cream to powder, I guess. This category has gotten really out of hand. So first things first, this is the Milani Supercharged Cheek and Lip Multi-Stick. This one is in the shade Rose. I actually tried to declutter this, and my daughter opened it, and I didn't feel like I could declutter it once it was open. So I kept it. It smells great. Like, it still smells kind of cocoa-ish, but I don't like it because it's very balmy. I don't like it enough to use it on my lips, but I definitely don't like it on my cheeks, so I'm getting rid of that. I'm actually going to wipe this swatch off because it's really going to bug me that it's not drying down. All right. Let's start with my favorite formula, which is going to be these from Tarte. And this one I just got in the mail from the 21 Days of Beauty. This is the Blush and Glow in the shade Buffed Pink. And it looks separated. So I have tried to shake this really hard. I've tried to kind of like swirl it around. It smells fine, so I'm just going with it, but let me swatch these because these are like my favorite. And if I have any dupes to these shades, I need to just pass them along because I would go for this before anything else. Y'all, the amount of like cat hair and stuff is insane in my house. We go through so many air filters, it's redonkulous. All right, so this one is the shade Buffed Pink, which it really honestly looks a little more coral than I expected it to. I don't know if maybe that's just because it's not mixing properly. I probably should exchange it for a new one. We'll see. And then my absolute most favorite shade is pink. You can see I already have some windowing in this. If I run out of this ever or it expires, I'll definitely repurchase it. It still smells fine. I usually just do like a dot or two on each cheek, and that's typically plenty. But yes, this pink color is beautiful. I find that it just like sinks into my skin and blends in beautifully. It doesn't pick up a lot of stuff underneath. I don't know that this formula is okay. And then I have the shade Peachy Pink, which I don't like quite as much. I honestly think I may just stick with pink once I run out of the other ones or as they expire, just because I really, really love that shade. Now, it's pretty, but like, how much of a differentiation do you see between these three shades? Because it's not a lot. So these were all the blush and glows. And then I have one of the satin blush, and this one is in the shade Warm Pink. And I think this one's really beautiful too. This is, I think, an even better formula, the satin ones, than the blush and glow. I actually think if a sale comes around again, I might pick up just one more shade in this formula, because I do think I like this formula just a tad more than I like the blush and glows. And I do love that shade quite a bit. It's very beautiful. Okay. So that we know we're for sure getting rid of. I have this LYS Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush in the shade Kindness. This was in an Ipsy. Oops. So this was in an Ipsy. It still smells fine. I always smell because, like, one, cream products are going to go off faster. And two, a lot of these are from like natural brands, so they don't have as much preservatives in them. And this is a bit more peach than the Tarte blushes, so I don't feel like I have a duplicate here. I feel like this is very like mildly peach, and this is like, yeah, girl, you're wearing a peach blush peach. But it does blend out nicely, so I'm not too worried about that. So these shades are here. They don't correspond with the caps, which totally confused me as first. So this one is kind of a peachy shade, so I'll swatch this one. It's Amor de Melicotin. I don't know. I'm not very good at literally any other language. English is actually a stretch for me sometimes, and that is my only language I speak. So this one, first of all, I hate these stupid sponge tip applicators. Cannot stand them. Wish they would die in the beauty industry. Like, just never appear. Oh, again, see, this is why I can't be trusted with these things. I have made a mess. All right, I wiped some of that off. Not very well, obviously. This is a much darker peach shade. I'm curious though, like, does it buff out to be, no? Like, it has a little bit of a pinky or red undertone, a little bit of a glimmer shimmer to it. Okay, I'm okay with this one. I don't feel like they're too samey. We're on the border of samey. Let me get some micellar water and clean off my arm so I have room to do some more swatches, because that went south real quick. Okay. I guess I'm going to go ahead and keep this one for the moment. I have these from Flower Beauty. Oops. Son of a biscuit. So this is my oldest one. This is the Blush Balm in the shade Cheeky. And I do think this one is really beautiful, but these are getting pretty old. And I think I'm just ready to move them on, mainly because of the vehicle of dispense here. Like, I prefer the doe foot, which I think is part of why the Tarte blushes are like up there as my favorite. They're way less messy. I'll say though, this is a really beautiful shade. I feel like I can get this in a powder blush. I don't have to have a cream. It smells fine. Maybe I'll keep Cheeky, but pass along the other two. I don't like Nectar. I've never liked Nectar. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this. I think some influencer somewhere said they liked this shade, and I was like, oh yeah, I love that shade. No, it's not for me. This is a little too dark orange, which honestly, how does that compare to the Alamar Cosmetics one? Oh, I don't even think I said this was Alamar Cosmetics. Y'all, I am failing left and right here. Yeah, so this Alamar Cosmetics one, no, it's still a different shade, although it buffs out to be the same. I don't know. I definitely do. I don't enjoy putting this on the back of my hand, dipping my finger in it or dipping a brush in it and then putting it on my face, and just none of that is enjoyable for me. Why I went back and bought Melon, I don't know. I'm trying to get just a dot out without like the whole thing, exploding on me. This one is super bright. It's really beautiful. And I love a bright punchy blush. But like, how different is it from this Tarte warm pink? Like, if I was choosing between the two, would it be like they're the same? Almost. Like, this one's definitely more pink and this one's definitely more peachy, but I don't think I'll miss this if I pass it along. So I'm gonna pass those two along. ColourPop. I really like this formula. I really like these shades, but these are pretty old. I have made a pretty concerted effort to use as much of Mini Me as I can because it's my favorite shade. But there is so much product in these. Like, that does not look okay. There's so much product in these. So my recommendation, if you want a blush stick from ColourPop, is to get you one color you love, because there's no way to finish these. Yeah, I love this shade. I can't really trust my nose right now. I'm gonna have to go back and re-sniff some stuff. My sense of smell is not the best currently. Like, that is such a pretty shade. I love it so, so much. Okay, maybe I'm not getting rid of it. Just kidding. Pretty Thing, I also think is so pretty, which I at least have gotten it past being even with the component. Again, this is one of those that like, look at how much product you get. This is one of those that I have to like swipe it on the back of my hand or take it directly from the component to the brush. And I just cannot be bothered with that some days. So I really don't think I want 3 of these in my collection for me to neglect. It's a beautiful shade, but I think I'm okay to let this one go. So Pretty Thing, I'm gonna let go. And then this one's 25.8. And this one looks fine, smells fine. Like how these are not expired beyond belief, I don't know. This one's, again, in that like peachy range of shades that I apparently seem to buy over and over again, even though in my head I love pink blush. So whatever. I really like this shade, but again, like I feel like I have enough peachy blushes that I don't think I'll miss this, especially in the cream form. Like, I'll be all right. This is another Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Concentrate, and this one is in the shade Guava Mama. That one I can pronounce at least. This one I have not opened yet. I'm trying to see if I can like peel the sponge off and like just dispense it that way. I hate these sponges with a fiery passion. Okay, apparently not right now. Ah, okay. Don't tip it down while you're squeezing it. That is the lesson I should have learned last time and did not. So here we are. All right. I feel like, don't y'all feel like this is close enough to Mini Me that I could get rid of Mini Me and I would be okay? Like, I feel like we're in like the same color family at least. So I'm actually going to get rid of all 3 of my ColourPop blushes. I almost said ColourPlop. And I'm going to keep these. This is still kind of in the maybes. Let me swatch this Lunar Beauty one. This is brand new. This is the shade Rose in the Moon Prism Liquid Blush. This came in a BoxyCharm. I actually ended up getting 2 of them because they lost my order for a while, sent me a replacement, and then it magically appeared out of nowhere like a week and a half after I got my replacement. I don't know what they're doing up there. So this is pretty warm toned pink. It's almost leaning towards like pretty peachy. I don't know that I would have called this shade Rose, unless maybe it just pulls warmer on me because of my skin tone, which is possible. I can't decide if that's an arm hair or a cat. Oh, that's an arm hair. That was attached. My bad. Not a cat hair. Whoopsies. So I'm getting rid of that, getting rid of that. Am I getting rid of that one? Shit, I don't remember. Keeping that, keeping that. Yeah. So we're getting rid of these 3. I'm going to keep those 2. Obviously, this is brand new. I've never used it on my face. Couldn't tell you what the formula's like. Hopefully it dries down, because if it doesn't, I will hate it. All right. These 2 I feel like are very easy keeps for me. This one, which I have some Project Pan stickers on here that I really need to pull off, because am I currently doing a Project Pan? No, I'm not. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade No Way. And this one is so, so pretty. It is luminous. So it is shiny, but like buffed out with a brush on the cheeks, it is so beautiful. So yeah, that one's not going anywhere. No way I'm getting rid of it. I know, I'm lame. And then this is the Tinkerbell Happy Thoughts Super Shock Cheek. I have actually floated this from highlighter to blush to highlighter. It's back in blush again. I don't know where to put it except pretty. It's very pretty. I use it kind of like a blush topper. Like, it's just luminous and beautiful and gorgeous, and it makes me feel like a fairy, and I'm here for it. So we're keeping that. All right, these are going to be a little bit more difficult for me. This is TYS Beauty Cheek Treat Juice Liquid Blush in the shade... Or maybe it's the shade Juice. Just kidding. Are we open? No. Have I even swatched it before? No. We're going to now. Ooh, that looks a little bit like the Flower Beauty Cheeky. No? Maybe. That's pretty. Let me put Cheeky next to it. No, Cheeky is more cool toned. Okay, I'm gonna keep Cheeky. This one, it's really pretty. I'm gonna keep it for now. Like, sure. All right, my arms have had enough of me, but I really don't care. All right, this is where I have a problem, okay? So I like the Putty Blush formula. I like the Luminous Putty Blush formula. I can't be bothered to wash the brushes that I need to use this with half the time. However, I did go in and recently sanitize all of these. This is Bora Bora, and I checked for smell, and they all smelled pretty good. None of them smelled bad. The only thing that smelled bad was my bronzer, and spoiler alert, I tossed that. Yeah, Bora Bora is beautiful. These are just like, they're kind of blurring. I mean, they're not magic. They're not gonna make all your pores and stuff go away. I don't feel like they accentuate it. So I'm definitely keeping that. Have I even swatched Caribbean? Yes. What is wrong with me? I don't even think I've ever used this though. Ooh, she's pretty. Just kidding, we're gonna keep it. I should be able to let these go, but I can't. Here's a Putty Blush in Turks and Caicos. I know I like this one. Have I used it enough? Not really. Ooh, that's really pretty. Okay, that's very peachy. So you got like a pink, kind of like a reddish undertone pink, a peach. And all that's left now is Luminous. So maybe it's this one I haven't used, St. Bart's. Just kidding. Apparently I've used or swatched them all. All right, what am I gonna like better? St. Bart's or Caribbean? I don't need these both. Honestly, I think I would be drawn more to Caribbean than I would be to St. Bart's. So I'm gonna pass this one along. There might be a daughter or somebody that wants that. Bermuda. I've used this a decent bit. Again, this is kind of like the luminous peachy version of Turks and Caicos. I actually feel like I would use this one over Turks and Caicos. That's what this is, right? Yes. So I'm gonna get rid of Turks and Caicos and I'm gonna keep whatever you were. Bermuda. Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Sorry. And then I have Belize. Ooh, she's pretty. This is a very bright peachy pink or a peach. Actually, this looks more like the luminous version of this. I don't care. I like them both. I own them both. I don't think I needed to buy them both, but since I own them, I may as well try to get some use. This is Isla del Sol. She's real orange. Who did I think I was buying this shade? Somebody tell me. That's maybe a little too orange for me. Beautiful swatch, but not anything I think I could pull off in this lifetime anytime soon. Like, if I was someone that got tan in the summer, maybe, but I don't. I don't go out in the sun. It's not good for me. Bad things happen. I turn into a crab, a lobster. Okay, so I am, shoot, I already forgot how many I said in my head. All right, I am decluttering 10 and keeping 15. I'm pretty happy with that. I love cream blush. I've been loving this category. I've been using it at least 3 times a week. It's not every single time I do my makeup, but at minimum 3 times a week. I feel like I at least narrowed down the shades a bit so that I don't have as much repetitiveness and kept the formulas that I like the absolute most. So let us put these away and move to the next topic. Category. Move to the next category. Words are freaking hard. Okay, once again, things have gotten a little out of hand. I have overgrown even my organizers here. This is partially because I've had like half of my collection in my office downstairs and the other half up here in the beauty room. So I need to get a handle on this. However, blush is one of my most favorite categories, especially powder blush. I don't know how well I'm going to do. Okay, I just lost my other light. This does not stay charged for very long. Okay. Good to know. I think this overhead light is enough. It was nicer with the extra light, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it, I think. This is overwhelming to me, so let me pull out my ColourPop blushes and we'll just start there. Sometimes I have even decluttered blushes. They've ended up recluttered in my collection from my daughter or whoever took them, or they never sold on Mercari, and then, they ended up back here. Okay, Lizzie McGuire. I decluttered one of these, and oh, I do only still have one Lizzie. That's good. I thought I recluttered. I think I just traded one out. So I have the shade Delish, and I'll be honest, I don't really use this that much, but like the nostalgia gets me. It really does. It's such a cute, fun summer shade though. So it's still fine. It's not hurting me to keep it. Like, none of this, honestly, is hurting me to keep it. But if I am done with it and need to pass it along, I will. This Enchanted Mirror from the Disney Designer Collection, I decluttered this like eons ago, and then I ended up recluttering it into my collection from my daughter because I just desperately missed having these blushes in my collection. They were very hard pressed, so I actually found them very difficult to get anything out, but that's a beautiful blush. Like, I really enjoy that. So that's not going anywhere. Oh Lord, this is not going well. This is the shade Whole 9 Yards. This was a gift from my husband, and he does not care. He could give two craps if I get rid of something that he has gifted to me. But the Whole 9 Yards, actually I think it was the Whole 10 Yards, was like our first movie theater date movie that we watched. And so it was just kind of fitting that this is the blush he picked for me from this collection that I really liked. I want to say this maybe was from the Wild Nothing collection, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, so I really like that shade as well. It is getting a little bit hard pan, but I don't care. I will probably keep this component at least forever. This is the shade Vogue. This is from the, I forget what it's called, but like the Baroque palette was in this. And I really did not, like, I liked the packaging. I thought I liked the color story, but I just didn't really enjoy that palette very much. But this is a beautiful shade. Like, come on. Yeah, that's definitely something I would love. It's getting very powdery because at one point it got very hard panned and I like scratched off the top, which is why there's not much of the rose left. But I'm going to use this until it just doesn't perform anymore. Then I have the shade Flirt Alert, and I think this one also got pretty hard panned. Yeah, it did. You can tell where I scraped the crap out of this one. I don't even know what I used on that to scrape it, but I did. And I feel like this is really similar to Vogue. It's like a touch more, what's the word I'm looking for? Pink, maybe? I don't know. Sheer, yeah. It's a touch more sheer than this one. Like this one's more buildable. This one can be built up, but I just feel like it goes on, even just the first little layer goes on a little bit more sheer. I really like the heart-shaped packaging, but I think I'm okay if I pass this one along. I think. We're going to put it over there as though I am passing it along, and we'll see what happens when I put everything away. And then I have the shade Swirled. I like this one. It doesn't have a mirror, so I can open it all the way. And this one is like a very light wash of peachy pink. I think it's really beautiful. It's kind of like this, it reminds me of the grapefruit in here. I feel like it's pretty aptly named. So I love that shade. Definitely keeping that. And then I have the shade Truffle Shuffle. This was from the Candyland collection. That was cute, but the palette just did not get very good reviews. Honestly, I really don't use this one that much. It's very glittery, which isn't like, it's not all bad, but you know, looking at these shades, this is more than enough glitter for me, and that has way more nostalgia. Whoops, you can't even see. This Lizzie McGuire one is enough glitter blush for me, and it's way more nostalgic to me than this Swirled one, or this Truffle Shuffle one is. I think I'm okay to pass that one along. Again, we'll see where my heart takes me when I put these away. And then my last ColourPop blush is Hello Kitty and Island Shine. I don't think I've even swatched this one. I got it like on a discount when they were getting rid of them. And I love Hello Kitty. So again, the nostalgia got me. But it's a beautiful shade, and it doesn't look too similar to these other shades. It does look similar to this one, but this is the one I decluttered, but just more pigmented than that one. So I think I'm okay to keep this one. And also the packaging brings me so much joy, and that is the point of this, is keep what brings you joy. Unfortunately, all of it seems to bring me joy. Okay, so Out of my ColourPop blushes, I'm keeping 6 and decluttering, I think, 2. I'm still trying to get there, okay? Just give me some time. Let me pull out some drugstore blushes, more affordable. Okay, I feel like this is a pretty good array of drugstore blushes. Let me start with the Pixie Hello Kitty. This is the shade Friendly blush, the Hello Glowy powder. Again, the nostalgia got me here. It's super, super cute. And I do on occasion like a glowy blush. It's beautiful. It's kind of like a nudie pink on me, maybe with a little bit of a peach undertone. But yeah, I'm definitely keeping that one because it makes me happy. So why not? And then I have Luminoso, which a lot of people have, you know, been decluttering and saying that they don't actually like the shade Luminoso, but I'm here to say I love it still. So Luminoso is like a less shiny version of that glowy blush from Pixie, so keeping that. And then I have Dolce Pink from Milani. These are the baked blushes, by the way. They have quite a few different shades, but I got a pink and then I got the you know, OG Luminoso to try out. Just because I was really behind the times and never had any cool girl makeup. And I really like Dolce Pink, I think, more than Luminoso, but Luminoso is still beautiful, buffed out on the cheeks with a brush. So I can't go solely on swatches. Sometimes I have to rely on my memory and like how I felt when I wore the makeup. And I do like how that looks, so I'm going to keep both of these, both of these Milani blushes. I have 2 from Flower Beauty. I think I used to have 3. This one is Sweet Pea. So let's look at Sweet Pea. I think this is a nice, like, just basic, mauvey, like, cool tone blush. And I don't have a ton of cool tone blush, so I definitely think I want to keep this one. It's a beautiful formula. The components leave a little bit to be desired, but we're in drugstore, we're in affordable here, so you know, that's to be expected. And then I have the shade Wild Rose. I don't know that I need this one, although it is very pretty. But like, didn't I have something like this already in ColourPop? I know the Lizzie one is kind of glittery, sparkly, but it reminds me a little bit of that. I feel like the flower one's a little bit more pigmented, not glittery, just kind of glowy. Like, not luminous glowy, but just like nice and lovely. Let me think on this one. And then I've got the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush in Cool Coral. So look, I thought I was going to be so smart because everyone's like writing just comes straight off of their Essence off the Essence blush packaging. So I was like, I'm going to put some clear nail polish on mine. Yeah, all it did is smear it. So it'll stay there, but it's smeared. So the shade Cool Coral is one that is just kind of luminous and not glittery. I watched quite a few reviews on this blush before I picked a shade, because the very first review I saw was like disappointment that one of the shades was like straight up glitter. And I knew that I did not want a straight up glittery blush. So I love this blush. I love this shade. I love the formula. I don't feel like I need other shades in this. Again, the packaging leaves much to be desired, but I think it's beautiful, like formula-wise and shade-wise for what it is. You know, for the price, it's pretty great. Then I have the Love Struck blush in bronzer in Lovey-Dovey, which has a little bit of an overspray that I haven't really worked off yet. And this is a beautiful blush, but I don't know that I super need this. I feel like I should choose between this and the flower. So let me think on that. I like this formula a lot, and I do like those blushes, but I'm overgrowing here. I need to be realistic. And then this is the one I've used the most. This is Sweetheart. And I totally worked off the overspray on the kitty cat on this one. And this is just like, to me, just like a basic peach blush. Like, it's not overly orange. It buffs out to be pretty light peach on the cheeks. I like this formula quite a bit. Part of me, though, wants to pass along the peach and keep the pink because I feel like I have so much peach blush. But let me think on these and I'll make a decision at some point. I know, we're not getting very far. This is the Milani Rose Powder Blush in Coral Cove. And this one is pretty obviously newer to me. It was definitely an impulse purchase that I probably didn't need. It's pretty similar to the Cool Coral in the Essence, except it's not luminous like the Essence one is. And I very much like this. It's almost even a little bit more bright than the Essence blush. So while I could probably get the same kind of vibe from these, I do like this one and will be keeping both without any apology. Because it's my collection and I can do what I want. And then I have the Physicians Formula. Are you broken? You better not be broken. The Physicians Formula Glow and Mood Boosting Blush in Rose, which definitely boosts my mood because it's so pretty, so cute. I purchased this after a very bad doctor's visit to like boost my mood. Wow, that looks pretty similar to Milani blush with that swipe, huh? Okay, that's more pink. Yeah, I obviously have a type and kind of blush that I like, and I don't care. This brings me joy. So as long as it's bringing me joy, it gets to stay. These bring me joy as well, but I don't feel like I need all three, because at some point you have so much joy that you're overwhelmed. I'm trying to think, like, would I miss these? You know, if they left my collection and I saw someone else like decluttering and swatching these, would I be like, oh my God, I can't believe I got rid of mine. I need to go repurchase. I think I'm going to be crazy here and I'm going to keep this one in Lovey-Dovey. This color is joyous to me. And then I'm actually going to declutter these two. I think my daughter might like one or two of those. Okay. Let's do Kaleidos. Kaleidos, not really sure how you pronounce it, but I love this brand. They are an indie brand based out of China, I believe. These blushes do not have any names on them, but oh my gosh, like look at the packaging. I can already tell you right now, I'm keeping all three, but let's just play and swatch. This one I think is called Dream Walk. I think. Like, it's that beautiful, cool tone pink that everyone went absolutely batshit crazy for. Almost lavender, you know? So I'm definitely keeping this. It's a beautiful formula. I love the packaging. I love the company. I do wish I saw a little bit more from them, but at the same time, sometimes less is more. So maybe I just need to be thankful for what I have. This, I believe, is the shade Ecstasy. This was a surprise gift from my husband. I actually didn't think I liked any of the shades of blush. And then I went back and purchased 2 more. Like a fool. Not really, because I love these. So he picked out like the perfect peachy pink blush for me. Like, I am in love with that. And then I could not tell you what the shade of this one is. I cannot remember to save my life. And while this one is a bit more orangey, I don't care. I still like it. It's still in great shape. This one is definitely my favorite of the 3, but yeah. If while I'm editing I get a wild hair and can go look up the blush shades, I'll pop them on the screen, but I make no promises. I'm gonna put some of these away so that they're out of my way. It won't necessarily be like how they're gonna stay. So these are all like the onesie twosies that I have. Actually, just onesies. I don't think I have twosies of any of these. So first I have the Strawberry Shortcake blush from Glamlight. No way am I getting rid of this. I don't even care if this is so super similar. I'm going to swatch it right next to this, to this Kaleidos blush. Like, the packaging brings me joy. So sometimes I just want some strawberry shortcake in my life, and it makes me happy. It's still a beautiful formula, and yeah, I'm going to keep it. I think I can finally get rid of this Patrick Ta blush, and She's Passionate. This is like the old formula. It's a beautiful blush, but I didn't feel like the formula lasted on me that long the last time I wore it. And then on top of that, it's very peachy, so it's a lot like a lot of the other things you've seen me keep. So I did try to declutter this before, and then I chickened out because like nobody wanted it, and then I was like, oh no, I miss it. But I'm for real gonna declutter it this time because I've used it a few more times, and it's just not, it's not quite, you know, what I'm going for. Then I have the shade Bellini from Ofra. I don't typically buy a lot from Ofra, but this was a shade of blush that was in a BoxyCharm a long time ago before I moved up here that I dropped. And I was in love with this shade of blush. And I thought I remembered it being more pink than it is. But again, apparently in my head, I think I love pink blush. But in reality, I'm apparently drawn to more peach than anything else. So it's a beautiful blush. And I bought it on Mercari. It was brand new in the box. And I couldn't resist it because I missed it. The reason I didn't have it is because I dropped it and it shattered, and I tried to repress it, and I was like a total rookie and didn't know what I was doing, and it broke everywhere. So we were done with it. So yeah, keeping that. This Laura Geller blush, I feel like is very pretty, but I don't know that I need it in light of all of the other shades that I have. Like, it's very orangey. I think the formula is pretty and somewhat forgiving on mature skin, like a lot of Laura Geller products are, but I think I can definitely pass this along. This was another impulse buy on BoxyCharm as an add-on. Like, most months I'm really good at bypassing those, but some months they get me when I'm weak. It's not good, y'all. I got this Buxom Wanderlust blush in the shade Mykonos at TJ Maxx. I need to stay out of there. It's a beautiful, beautiful peachy pink, like right on par with everything that I love. So, yep, can't get rid of that. And then I have this Sohmani Sunlight Love Blusher in the shade Sunset Clouds from Odin's Eye. Like, this packaging, y'all, is so pretty. Like, it's weighty enough that it doesn't feel like cheap plastic that you can just like fling across the room like a Frisbee if you accidentally like, you know, open it too fast. And this is probably the most wearable shade that I felt was in this collection initially, as far as my skin tone went. And it is a beautiful blush. Like, I initially wanted to go back and get more of these, and then I kind of talked to myself and I was like, why? Like, love and enjoy this one beautiful shade that you have. You have so many blushes. Why would you need another shade in this formula? So that's where we ended up. I don't know if that one's discontinued. I know they came out with like the Night Solman 2 Night something, I don't know. And with that collection, they came out with more blushes, but I don't know if in doing that, they discontinued the initial ones. Then I have the Sigma blush in the shade Sunset Kiss. Again, this is an absolutely gorgeous formula. Like, some people talk about Sigma cheek products, but I do kind of feel like they're a little bit underrated or not talked about enough. I do wish Sigma was available for purchase in like Ulta, because that would make my life so much easier. But they are at least available on Amazon Prime. They just don't have the full like line of products available there. So definitely keeping this. This is another one of those where I was like, I love the formula. I want more. And I would like the signature shade like Corda Rosa. And if they ever did a new mod blush shade, which they may already have one, I would love that too. But outside of that, I'm just gonna love and enjoy that one that I have. Then we have the Natasha Denona Mini My Dream. This one's kind of a pain in the butt to swatch, but we're gonna give it a go. I usually just swirl my brush through all of them. And it gives like this beautiful, like nudie glow. Obviously, you know, the more heavy you swatch on this end versus the highlighter end, you'll get more pigment, but it's just like a basic nude blush on my pale skin. I do wish when she comes out with stuff that she would do more in like a light, medium, dark range. I don't typically buy any of her, I don't typically buy any cheek products from her. This was a whim where it looked like it sung to my heart. So I got that. And then I have a few palettes from like BoxyCharm, but outside of that, I just have eyeshadows from Natasha Denona. This one I just got last weekend from Pat McGrath, from TJ Maxx. Oh, I was able to take the sticker off. Anyways, it was like 15 bucks. So this is the shade Divine Rose 3. Yeah, Divine Rose 3. And it's beautimous. I do feel like this shade is almost exactly like that Il Maquillage though. Like, they look pretty much the same, huh? This Il Maquillage blush came in a BoxyCharm in the shade Bootylicious. It's a pretty baked blush formula. I think I maybe have used it on my cheeks once. But yeah, I feel like I have this shade over and over and over again. I'm not particularly attached to Il Maquillage. The The component is like that soft touch that I think eventually is going to end up getting really gummy feeling. So I think I'm actually going to pass this one along. I don't feel like I'll miss it because I literally just got it and it's like every other blush I own. So I'm definitely going to keep the Pat McGrath. I love the embossing. I love the packaging. Like, this gives me all the joyous vibes. And then I have two more blushes before we get in. Whoops. I have two more blushes before we get into Tarte. Again, TJ Maxx got me. This was $4.99 from Rude Cosmetics. This one is Glamorous from the Roaring Twenties collection. And these are like an ombre blush. So this one is like very pinky. Very beautiful. I haven't tried it on my face yet. And then this one is the shade Luxury. Maybe if I can open it. And what's funny is I was able to see this one, like I was able to kind of pop open the package real quick and make sure it wasn't broken and see what shade it was. This one was completely sealed, and I don't like opening products that aren't already open at TJ Maxx. If it's open and not in the box, I'm the person that will stick it back in the box and close the box back up. I will very carefully like peek open at it and, you know, just make sure that it's not completely shattered, because a lot of makeup does end up there very broken. So anyways, this is the shade Luxury. The shade Glamorous I couldn't see, and we could not find it online to save our lives. So I feel like this is very, very similar to some of these. Like maybe that Buxom blush. So I think eventually after I try the formula, I may end up decluttering one of these, but for now they're both completely brand new. And I haven't tried either company's formula yet, so I'd like to give it a go and see how I feel about it. You know, this is obviously prettier in presentation. But the Buxom, I feel like, just from feeling it, feels like a prettier, smoother formula. So we'll see. I may end up keeping like this one and decluttering this one, but for now I have them. I like them. I want to try them. All right behind Kaleidos is my other favorite blush formula, which is Tarte. So this is Sugar Rush, which is like a sister company, sub company, whatever you want to call it, to Tarte. It was geared more towards like teens, but I'll be honest, I always thought this stuff was really cute. So this one is the Sweet Tarte Glow Blush in the shade Frosted. And I love this blush. Like, this used to be super, super domed, and I've worn a decent bit of the dome down. Do I think I'll ever pan this? Probably not, but it's a beautiful shade and it's a beautiful formula. So I'm definitely keeping this. I'm actually keeping all of my Tarte blushes. Like, I'm very sorry to spoil the ending for you, but that's where we're at. This one is a Tarte Rewards, so, you know, you can earn points for shopping on the website. I used to shop mainly on the website. Here lately, it seems like Ulta has had more of the stuff that I want in stock. It used to be I wanted the skincare, which they discontinued my face wash, so I haven't been shopping there as much. So yeah, this is the shade Quirky. It's very peachy. The shade Frosted is more pink and glowy. And then I have the shade Blissful. This one is the full size. This is like their regular full size. And this has 5.6 grams of product versus this Reward that has 1.5 grams. I'll be honest though, like, when am I ever going to pan this? Probably literally never. So this is the shade Blissful, which was a gift from either my husband or my children, or my children by way of my husband picking it out. I do find that these are a bit more difficult to swatch. It may be hard panned. Hold on. All right, I went over that with the Q-tip to see if that helped kind of break up some of the hard pan. Maybe I can get a swatch this time. I don't have issues with the types of brushes that I typically use getting swatches of Tarte blush, but man, or with getting it on my face, but swatches I do struggle with sometimes. So that's what Blissful looks like. It's a beautiful like pink coral, which as you've seen is right up my alley for my favorite shades. So I just ran a Q-tip over that again to make sure none of the oils from my hand interfered and hard panned that more. Then I have the shade Exposed, and I don't remember where I got this one from. It's a 1.5 gram. It may have been like a gift with purchase. It's not a reward, so I didn't turn in reward points for this, but it may have been like buy this and get this for a gift with purchase. I can't remember. And this one is like a beautiful, cool tone, like rosy nude on me. I do feel like these blushes with a brush, I use kind of a little bit stiffer of a brush with my Tarte blushes because they are kind of harder pressed. It's Amazonian clay, so it's a little bit more challenging to, get the pigment on the brush. But once you get it on your cheeks, it's there for the day. Then I have the shade Bloom. I feel like this was like a limited edition shade. It may still be available, but this one is the full size and the 5.6 grams. I love these little components. Now, please keep in mind, this is plastic. Like, it's a little bit weighty for plastic, but it's not, we're not in luxury territory here. Okay, like we're nice, high end, but definitely not luxury. So that's what Bloom looks like. It's a beautiful pink. So I don't feel like I have a lot of the samey in my Tarte blushes, at least. And then I have the shade Energy. This was also limited edition. Like, this came out with the little Tartelette and Bloom palette, I think. And this one came out with the Tartelette Energy palette. And I freaking love this blush. Like, you can see how much of the embossing I've worn out. There are times I'll wear this for like a week straight. Not a great swatch, but that's about how it goes for me with Tarte. Yeah, so this is what the Energy looks like. It's again that like hot pink, almost lavender shade that everyone went crazy for, but something about this formula, it's really beautiful on the cheeks. So let me get those organized and counted and I'll be back. Okay, so I am keeping 32. I shockingly have 2 empty spots in this blush container. I'm actually gonna move probably my Ofra up here. Yeah, I like that better. And then I am decluttering 7, which is not a lot, but that's a lot for me considering how much I freaking love blush. So we are going to call that a success for today, especially because like all my stuff fits again, like yay. I'm sorry, did you think I was done with blush? Because I definitely thought I was too. But now I found these. I found these. So So these are ones that I decided to declutter and then listed for sale, and for one reason or another, they didn't sell. I have this little, I dropped this. I have this little mini Ofra blush in the shade Candy Apple. I'm pretty sure I have this in a palette, but even if I don't need it. And then I have two Mai Tais, one in a box, one not. The one not was maybe swatched, maybe used once. Yeah. This one's completely unused, untouched, so definitely don't need those because I have Mai Tai in a palette. Again, even if I didn't, I don't need it. And then I have the Cab Cosmetics French Kiss Glow Powder. This was in a BoxyCharm, I think. It's pretty, but I don't think it's anything super special or unique. And then I have Lizzie McGuire You Are Magnifico, and this one is like a glittery pink, a lot like the other one, but just a little bit warmer of a pink. And I initially was going to declutter it, but now I'm not sure. I think I'm unsure enough that I should just keep it. Lizzie McGuire makes me happy. Fun memories of being a lot younger than what I am now. So I'll put my totals up on the screen. It'll be another 4 decluttered to that total and 1 kept to that total. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I always have a great time hanging out with you guys, and love it when you comment below any mistakes you think I made, you know, things I got rid of that I shouldn't have, things that I kept that I probably should get rid of already, and anything that you've had on your wish list that you saw me swatch and you're like, Jennifer, girl, stop it. I'm already spending enough money, because I really like it when other people feel that struggle like I do when I watch these. I do love watching collection and declutter videos. They're so relaxing for me. So I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, I do hope you'll give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, if you could hit that subscribe button for me. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Bye.